Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. So we talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm Ernest Jeffrey. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our video. We've got the Las Vegas Bowl between the Pac-12 and the Big Ten. Utah, they did not have as good of a season as a lot of people were expecting from them at the beginning of the year because Cam Rising never returned. A lot of people thought that he would, but he's coming back next season for the Utes, so that will be big for Kyle Whittingham. Since Utah's moving to the Big 12, there won't be as many solid opponents that they'll have to play. Maybe Utah will be able to have a great year next year, but they took some lumps this year, but their defense led the way, leading them to the 8-4 record that they had. And yes, they were not able to compete with the top of the Pac-12, but they took care of business against most of the bottom teams in the conference. Northwestern, they went 7-5, but unfortunately for David Braun's squad, they were in the Big Ten West. So it's kind of tough to gauge how good Northwestern really was. He did deserve the head coaching job, though, because of the fact that Northwestern, no one expected them to be any better than maybe 3-9 or 4-8. And if you look at both teams' offenses, both teams struggle. Bryson Barnes, he is going to be playing in this bowl game with Cam Rising out. Nate Johnson's transferring, and Bryson Barnes is transferring as well, but he is going to play in this bowl game, which is very commendable of him. He had 12 touchdowns and 9 picks. Ben Bryant had 11 touchdowns and 6 picks for Northwestern. Both teams were decent on the ground, and both teams, because their quarterbacks didn't have a lot of yards this year, neither of these teams' top receiver had too many yards. You see the FBI predictor is on the side of Utah, and with this game being in Las Vegas, that definitely is going to help out Utah. Northwestern already does not have a big fan contingency, but it's going to be even worse with the fact that Utah, their fans are not going to have to travel as far to Las Vegas than Northwestern is. So Utah is going to basically have the home field advantage. They have the experienced coach in Kyle Whittingham. They have the better defense, and they've got Bryson Barnes playing, which is definitely going to help out Utah. But me and WillND, we break down whether we think that Northwestern has any shot to beat Utah and be able to get their 8th win of the year to really cap off a first successful season for David Braun, or do we believe that Utah, because they're favored and the fact that the FBI is on their side, they have the home field advantage, do we believe that they're going to get their 9th win of the year for Kyle Whittingham's squad to cap off their season the right way, getting a bowl win? Now we've got a decent bowl here. The Las Vegas Bowl, Utah, Northwestern.
Heck of a year for Northwestern to make a bowl. I don't think anyone thought they would make a bowl after they got blown out at Rutgers to start the season.
Yeah, it was very impressive. He definitely deserved the job. He led a team in the West, and the West was horrible this year. How's he going to do now that the Big Ten is all coming together and you're playing, more equal schedules? Northwestern going to be able to compete? That's going to be the real question. He did a great job, but he was in the West, but still had a good year. The odds makers have Utah favored by 6.5, and the opt-outs, this is long. Utah, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys. It's Northwestern, they've only got 2 guys. But Utah's still favored by 6.5, though. I mean,
that
the
just
defense
shows how
is probably why.
That just shows how bad the West is. That they're still
Utah, though. I mean, if they had Cam Rising, this game wouldn't even be close. Utah wouldn't even be in this game.
Yeah,
if he was there, because Utah's 8-4 and Northwestern 7-5.
They might be in the playoff if they have Cam Rising.
Quite possibly. I think that definitely would have been a possibility. The FBI predictor has Utah at a 77.4% chance, Northwestern at a 22.6% chance. I mean, the key to this game is that Utah has to get out in front of Northwestern, because if Northwestern, gets ahead of Utah and Utah's offense isn't going to be able to put up a lot of points, I just think that Northwestern could legitimately win. Utah needs to get ahead like 10-14 to nothing, and then just their defense has to win them the game. If their defense can shut down Northwestern's offense that had moments, but for the most part wasn't very good either, I think Utah will win. But what's your pick on this one?
I want to go with Northwestern for the upset, but I think Utah's defense is too good. So I'll go 28-10 Utah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I was actually this close to picking Northwestern as well, but the problem is that, like you said, all Utah has to do is, their defense just shut down Northwestern's offense. Like I said, it isn't the best. And Utah has the superior side of the ball. Utah's defense is better than any other side of the ball on both these teams. And since Utah's defense is the best side of the ball of both these teams, then that should be enough. And as long as Northwestern doesn't do anything crazy on offense, it should be a Utah win. I'll go with a lower scoring game. I'll go with 21-13 Utah over Northwestern. I don't think it will be a lot of points, and I don't think Northwestern's defense is that bad, but I did think that they were aided by the West being that poor, especially with all those offenses being that bad. It made Northwestern's defense look better. Utah actually performed well against some good offenses, so I will go with Utah to win in a low-scoring game over Northwestern, but this game definitely would not be close at all with Rising. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Like this video down below. Comment down below whether you think that Utah or Northwestern will win this bowl game and why, and what you think about me and WillND's pick for the Las Vegas Bowl. Follow me on Twitter as well. Link is in the description, and I'll see you next time.